Amen to that. We are all winners together. That's the beauty of this protocol. So, yep, great to hear from you, Bill, and LA, and Rip, all you guys. So, alright, we should be live on YouTube. Can you guys hear me? We coming through?
Loud and clear, AJ.
Alright, awesome, guys. So, alright, well, another awesome day at EMP. We had a major push today. We had a coordinated effort of not only Crypto Mike, one of our team members, with a substantial YouTube channel, but also James Peloton released a video, and we had a few other independent YouTubers release videos as well. So we had a YouTube raid, if you will, with some amazing coverage on EMP. So it didn't really translate into volume quite yet, but we've seen a lot of new users in Telegram, which is really promising, as well as Discord. And you know, our platform is very intense. So, you know, I think a lot of people are doing their due diligence. They're hearing about EMP over and over again, and we get them into the Academy. We had about 40 new people sign up for the Academy today alone, and I think they're going through that first before diving in, and that's really what we want. I mean, we don't want people to ape into the EMP, not know what's happening, and then, you know, either be a bad actor or leave immediately because they don't understand. So that's super bullish. And I mean, James Peloton is a DeFi veteran. He knows a lot of projects, and to quote him exactly, I love this project. So that's pretty amazing, and we're now one of his top 5 DeFi projects for this year. So that's really promising. For those of you that have not seen that video, please jump over and take a look. So, alright, we're going to jump right into Detonator. Let me pull up my screen for everybody on YouTube, and we'll go right into it.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we've added over 40 users today in Detonator, so that's double the typical growth that's been showing. So the marketing push, I would say, has had an impact. And like you said, hopefully they're going through the Academy first, but that being said, there's still, you know, 40 plus users added today.
Absolutely, Bill, no doubt. So again, we're seeing a lot of nice growth to break 1100, and we're almost, you know, 100 LP away from where we were yesterday with all last minute compounding. So yeah, it's looking really good. Now, we're giving away just under 30 grand every single day, and both a lottery winner and the largest depositor. So at the end of the contract here in 9 minutes and 30 seconds, a random winner will be chosen from the lottery. It's a lossless lottery, which means you still get credit for whatever you put in the contract. The lottery is just a bonus on top. And we also give that same amount. So it's literally $60,000 US, and we give it away every single day. So no other crypto project or protocol even comes close to that, and we're really proud of what we've created, and we like what we're seeing. So just under $3 million in total liquidity locked within Detonator, and super good for all of you that have been in, because with Ethereum on the rise, your LP is worth probably double from what you started with, and that doesn't even include compounding. So really exciting stuff. Bull, you want to say anything about Detonator real fast? What do you think of Detonator?
I think it's the best product in crypto, because literally it helps everybody win. It stops people from dumping. It's super sustainable. It's easy to understand. Like I've told you probably a million times, and probably get sick hearing it, but it's easy to advertise a lottery. You know, there's no explanation needed. And that, you know, so a seigniorage project is a little bit more difficult to understand, and that's why, you know, your team has built the Academy with help of Stephanie. I don't really know Stephanie's title, community mod, super mom, helper.
All of the above. Yeah, all the above.
Okay, man, that's great. And so I personally love the Detonator, because crypto in general is very tough for people to wrap their heads around, but everybody understands what a lottery is pretty much worldwide. It doesn't need a big explanation. And you can have different strategies in here, like I've said before too, because it's about maximizing our effectiveness versus efficiency, which people razz me about a little bit, which is cool too. But it's a really unique product, and we're lucky to have it here, and we're lucky that Jake built this and your team implemented it. So kudos and hats off to everybody involved with that.
Thanks, brother. No doubt. Yeah, and for those of you that are new, again, we have a team of 6. Jake is our head developer, and I'm kind of the project manager, so to speak, the ringleader. And yeah, I mean, we're excited. I mean, it's really proving itself. I mean, not only from a sustainability standpoint, but from also a gains perspective. And the fact that we're pegged to Ethereum, so the underlying protocol, as Bull said, is a seigniorage project. And what that means is basically a way of controlled inflation. It's what, the Egyptians and Romans and, Federal Reserve, it's what all major economies have done over the centuries, but they don't do it in a trustless and controlled way like the blockchain can provide. So again, it's very powerful. It's one of the only projects where everybody can win, meaning, if all of us are moving in the right direction and are good actors together, it helps all of us. And when we're below peg and things are dumping, then we all lose together. So it's not, that's another reason why, you want to take profits responsibly. And we have, again, a whole EMP Academy about that. I wanted to make sure we do our AMAs every day, but today was even more important because hopefully a lot of you are newcomers, and we'd love to, again, take you under our wing. And the community is fantastic with education. And again, anything I don't go over today, we're happy to go over more so in the Telegram or in the Discord, and get your questions ready for tomorrow when we do it all over again. So we have a 5-minute warning here. I'll do a 1-minute countdown and then a 10-second countdown. So and then after that, we'll jump right into more questions and go from there. So yeah, as Bull said, you're entitled to the lottery. I hope all of you have got a ticket. It only takes 1 ticket to win, and tickets are about 0.15 LP. That's about $15 US. You get credit for a ticket on new deposits, and if you're compounding, you actually get a bonus because it's only about 0.125 to get a ticket when you compound. So the idea is you want to build your position and continue to grow, and then take profits maybe once or twice a week and compound the rest of the time. So hopefully that gives you a quick introduction into Detonator, and make sure that you're compounding. And in the last few minutes here, we should see over 27,000 in the pool balance, and we'll see if the snipers and the whales are out tonight. So 19 LP is the current winner, but I doubt that will withstand. The last 2 nights we've had over about 250 LP deposited, about 30 grand, a little bit less, 25 grand going into the pool every day. So very, very good for the sustainability of the project. And yeah, it's only the beginning. Again, 1,100 total users. Imagine where we'll be when we have 40, 50, 60,000 users. So could potentially be, a 50x from here. We'll hope so. So
crazy.
Yeah, absolutely, Bull. All right, guys.
Another.
Ahead, bro. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, AJ.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Another way to look at the detonator is if you're a person with paper hands, and I don't say that in a disrespectful way. If you just get nervous, but if you feel Ethereum is going to run in the future, this is a product that locks it up for you. But you have the potential to get in and win the lottery, which could be life changing in most people's circumstances. So it's a really great product because it helps you develop stronger hands, if you will. And because that if you believe that LP is going to go up in value, sometimes you just need a little bit of encouragement, because we all kind of know that crypto is sort of isolating, because I'm certain most of us don't have crypto friends in the real world that you can talk to on a day-to-day basis. So it's really easy to get nervous in crypto and sell, and then a year later have regrets that you sold. So the Detonator here is a great product, because, like I said, it can help. It can help you not be paper-handed, but the big plus of it too is that you have the potential to win the lottery and have the LP go up in value.
Yeah, those are all great points, Bull. I mean, another thing that's very underrated with Detonator is it takes your emotions out of the game and allows you to, again, just do your strategy based on math alone. So, yeah, not only are you in an appreciating asset that's the number 2, coin by market cap on the planet, but you also have the exposure to the price appreciation. So, BTC.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, BTC is the big daddy, but Ethereum, I mean, that's the money of the internet. So, and we've seen that over the last 2 days, especially where, Ethereum's been up 4 or 5%, while BTC is just sitting there. So, again, we have the best of both worlds, and it's truly awesome when you think about, Detonator becoming, your paycheck, so to speak. So, all right, we got 1 minute left. We'll do a 30-minute or 30-second warning and a 10-second countdown, and then we'll take some questions. So, all right, everybody, get ready. Make sure you're compounding last minute and get those last-minute lottery tickets. All right, here we go. Somebody entered just there. Nice little boost with some compounding. We're going to break 27,000 LP again today, and that hasn't even had a sniper yet, so here we go, 30 seconds. $20 seconds. Someone's about to win. 2 people are about to win $29,894. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Man, is 19 gonna hold up? Let's see.
I think it's 50.
50 came through. Is that it? Maybe one more.
$25,000 extra payday there for that person.
Wow.
51, that's insane.
That is insane. Let's see if that holds up. I think it might have. Wow, congrats to them. Let's do a refresh.
And it did go over 30,000.
Nice. Yep, right there at the end. $30,040. So, congrats to the winners. And yeah, I think 50 LP might have taken it. So, right now the balance is 27,143. And congrats to that person. Again, that's the beauty of this contract. The game theory is insane. So we had 2 large snipes in a row, and maybe people got scared about going in, and 50 was able to take it. So congrats to them. And yeah, as the pool balance grows, the game theory of the large depositor will be more and more complex. But the idea is over time, more money comes in than goes out. So that's really exciting. And yeah, awesome. Good deal. Well, again, congrats to them. If anybody won the lottery, feel free to jump on and celebrate with us. And we do it all over again tomorrow. Again, pool balance is 27,143 LP. That's $3,003,003. So again, we broke 3 million. Looks really, really good. And I wanted to kind of touch on turning Detonator into a paycheck and compounding more than you're claiming. So, Bull, you want to explain that real quick? You do a great job of it.
Well, for everybody that's new in the channel too, you're going to see that Josh 2.0 has an excellent write-up on the daily burst and Detonator. All you have to do is type burst into the channel, and you know, no command or anything, and it'll just pop up, and it's a excellent description of what the daily burst is. But so actually, I'm sorry, I kind of lost track of what the question was.
Yeah, no worries, man. I gotta mute. Hang on. Oh no, I'm not muted. Oh, you can hear me. Good. So yeah, bro. I wanted you to just explain about responsible profit taking and how it's better to compound more than you claim. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. No problem.
Yeah.
So ideally, nobody is going to be able to control what other people do, but if we want to make this a sustainable project, we have to act in a responsible manner. And what that means, at least from my perspective, is that you're compounding, more than you're claiming. I think an excellent way to look at it is, we have 7 days in the detonator. You go to your job, and you might get a paycheck once a week. You might get it every 2 weeks. But if you're here to earn passive income, that doesn't mean you have to compound for the next 5 years, right? But if everybody was claiming every single day, that this has a potential not to be a sustainable project. So we always want to look to bring more people in, of course, but we only can control what we do as people. So if you look to claim once or twice a week, that's probably fair. Keeping in mind too, if you're claiming, you don't have an opportunity at the lottery either. So you want to make sure you remember that. But if you're looking for, to use this as a second job or as a job, it is a really good project. But remember, if you get carried away, your job or the company, aka the detonator, might not be around in 2 years. So hopefully that's somewhat helpful.
Yeah, for sure, man. And again, I mean, this is a game. It's not an annuity. And theoretically, the contract can drain. But we have done everything humanly possible to avoid that. And again, if you look at our white paper, there's a lot more info. But on top of incentivizing deposits and compounding, both through taxes and an eventual multiplier, we feel like we've done everything we can to make it sustainable. And again, as Bull said, if we're all working in this together, which is why we're really big on education and developing the foundation now with all of you that are already here, so that when we scale, we're all able to protect each other and win. I mean, we never once said don't take profits or don't sell. It's just a matter of doing it responsibly. And so some examples of that are exactly what Bull said. I mean, I turn it into a job to where you compound say 5 or 6 days a week, and you claim once or twice a week. And by doing that, you never hit your max payout. Your LP balance is always growing, so you're actually earning more on the LP as the contract grows, and you're helping to make the contract sustainable. So again, when you think about it that way, it makes sense to do it, because again, when you start claiming, not only do you lose your share in proportion to everybody else, but then you're out. I mean, there's only once you hit 365 of a max payout, then that's it. You're done. So you would never want to cut down your money tree or kill your golden goose. You want it to pay you passively forever. So, and then when you do take profits, another very, very vital element of Detonator is that we transact in LP tokens. So not only does that help us lock liquidity in the protocol, but when you're paid out, half of your payout is Ethereum and half of it is EMP itself. So you can literally unpair your LP and keep that Ethereum, and that's cash money. And your other EMP, if you sell that, it hurts the protocol, but you can put it into nodes and continue to earn on nodes as well. That's why we have a very robust ecosystem, and the fact that again we're paired to ETH, EMP is essentially fractionalized Ethereum. So 4,000 EMP is equal to 1 Ethereum, And just like you see, Satoshis into Bitcoin, it's the same principle. And the reason we can do that is because we have not only mathematically pegged to Ethereum, but the liquidity pool is half Ethereum. So the fact that, we're backed up by Ethereum itself, that solidifies, that we are, again, just essentially fractionalized ETH. So I hope that kind of explains the detonator to everybody. And again, I'm happy to go into it in more detail as well. But
could I mention a little bit about what to do with that EMP when you break the LP?
For sure, Buller, go ahead.
When you unpair it. So there's a lot of strategies within the community that people just offer for free because, like AJ has said, when one person wins, the community wins. When one person loses, the community loses. So it's important that you're educated and you have a strategy, and you're just not throwing money around thinking like this is an arbitrage product and the way for you to win is by other people losing. If you lose, or if you're trying to win with that method, you will end up losing in the long run. And so, like I said, there are a number of strategies, but here simply, when that LP comes out, you're going to have EMP and you're going to have ETH. And so what you can do with that EMP, number one, you can put it into a node, make your node, which will produce more EMP over time. Or you can pair that EMP up with profit that you have made from shares and make LP and stick it in the farm outside, waiting to put back inside the detonator to earn more, to get lottery tickets through deposit. And that's why it's important that you are using share as a vehicle to produce profit for you. And shares is a volatile product, so it's more of an advanced strategy. But anybody in the community, I'm sure, is willing to point people in the right direction to explain the best way to utilize that strategy and the dangers in it too, because we don't want to see people get wrecked. Because as I've said, and most people here know that when one person loses, we all lose. So we have to make sure that everybody's educated and that we're not trying to hide strategies and dump on each other.
For sure, and that's the beauty of it. I mean, there's so many ways to play the game, and I think a lot of people get caught up in the, min-maxing of the strategies. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if you have a year-long mindset, I mean, the min-maxing in the short term of, compounding, every 2 minutes, or depending on the size of your bag, or, other, strategies of withdrawing and then going back into the detonator, man, all those are good strategies by all means, but it's also a level of how involved you want to be. And we have options for all, investment strategies that you as an individual want to do. And that, again, I mean, we never give financial advice, but even when people say, like, what's the best strategy, it's like, we can give you options, but it's a very personal thing. Investing is a very personal thing. So we don't know what kind of situation you're in. Do you need to be a long-term investor? Do you need to be a short-term investor? So those are just things that you have to figure out on your own. Again, after going through the academy and seeing how everything works. And then, depending on what you want to do, we have an option for you. And that's really what makes EMP special is, there's over 10 different ways to earn passively or actively. And it's up to you on how you want to do it. I mean, the ultimate strategy would be in a little bit of everything. I mean, that way if we're below peg or the market is moving sideways or going down, you're still able to earn no matter what's happening. So, I mean, that's what makes us really robust. And the more use cases we have for EMP and share, the better off the protocol is overall. And I mean, we've only been around going on 3 months now, and we've been developing at breakneck speed, and we haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, we're working on another contract right now that incorporates stable yield, and then after that we'll have about 2 or 3 more. So again, we're here for the long run, and we're excited on what what the future holds. I mean, I have some alpha that I can't talk about, but if you guys knew what was coming this week, you would be as excited as I am. So just know that we're always moving forward. We're always pushing, and again, this is super early. So yeah, and we're at about 12 million TVL right now. I mean, we can be in the hundreds of millions of TVL, if not the billions of TVL. So if other fork projects that have not even a fifth of the utility that we do can get there, there's no reason that we can't. So, all right, awesome. I'm gonna open it up to some questions. Again, today might be a little bit of a short one, but I'm happy to take some questions or comments. So yeah, the floor is open.
Hey there, this is Joe. How are you?
Good, brother. How are you, Joe? Good to hear from you.
I'm good. Yeah. I've been a little busy with family in town and stuff. When you live in Florida, people visit you. They think you're on vacation all the time, but that's just
yeah, bro.
They forget you have to go to work too, but that's all right. I don't mind.
Totally, brother.
But anyway, I'm back, and I just want to kind of go through the detonator again and just say how amazing, like tonight, if you just spent, like you said, whether you compounded or you deposited in the detonator just $15-16, you went into a lottery that has 1,100 people, which is a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, that is such a small pool, and your chances of winning are amazing, especially if you're buying more than one ticket. So obviously the more you put in, the more tickets you get. But like, that person that just put in, say, the $5,500 is nothing to sneeze at, but that person just got a 6x.
Bro.
They put in $5,500 and they won practically $30,000 on top of that. And that's
not counting a price appreciation, right? Or the 365.
Exactly. Even if the detonator paid zero and just gave you money back slowly, I mean, the way ETH is moving now and it's taking over dominance, it's just insane. That 30,000, even without any growth, is a 3x in the near future. No one knows, but with the way ETH is moving and moving over to proof of proof of stake, it's just going to skyrocket. But the kicker is, that 30,000 going in is going to get 365% with no additional funds. It's mind blowing. I think people forget how powerful that is.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and Joe, and the fact that, again, if you do win the lottery or the largest sniper, a lot of other protocols, they give you that money up front, and unfortunately, with human nature, they 9 times out of 10, they're dumping that on our heads. So the fact that we're able to automatically compound that and offer them that bonus, because you can earn, like you said, the 365 on your winnings, it's a win-win for the community, and it's also a win-win for, the investor. And that's how we truly are able to offer these insane perks and rewards while also making it, sustainable. So, and I was looking too, just real quick, I was looking at the on-chain transactions, and it looks like there was an attempt at 110 LP that actually failed. So again, guys, that's why you don't want to wait till, the last minute to try and snipe. Again, the game theory is just beautiful, because you never know. You could be a lucky winner by getting it in early, but that's a risk that you take. So again, guys, just really, really interesting to see, and the opportunity is insane. So yeah, Joe, go ahead, bro. Any other comments you want to add?
Yeah, no, just that point. Even the person that didn't get the 110, say he did get it in, but it was too late. I had that happen one time, and I lost a lottery before putting in, I think it was about 169 LP. And at first I was mad, but then I was like, wait a minute, I'm getting 365% of what I put in. So that guy that put in the 110, even if he missed the lottery and say he didn't get it tomorrow, that 110 is going to be, over 400 LP, which is insane.
Totally.
And the other thing I think is a lot of people worry too much about the LP, saying, well, what about impermanent loss? And what if we fall under peg? And I think the peg thing is not irrelevant, but I don't think you need to focus it on that much because it's just short-term movement. And I've been farming before, and that used to, really bug me with impermanent loss. But they call it impermanent because it's not permanent until you sell it or break the LP. So with something like this that's pegged to Ethereum, 4,000 to 1, it's going to fluctuate up and down, and there's nothing we can do about that. But at the end of the day, if you're not selling it and you're just compounding it or you're farming it, nothing happens. You still hold your funds. You still have the same EMP and you have the same ETH.
Totally.
And if you choose to break it, then you break it when it's close to peg. But like, even looking at the numbers today, when we're at like, what are we at? Like 85 cents. So that puts us like a 0.98, I think it is roughly.
Yeah,
even
peg,
if we were
yep,
above
exactly.
peg, say we were at like 89 cents and Ethereum is where it is, and that puts us over peg like 1.03 or so. The difference between the 0.98 and the where we are today, I'm sorry, the 0.98 and the 103, if you put it into the calculator, that's 0.03% impermanent loss. So the impermanent loss, even if you did have to break the LP, is minimal.
Totally.
Yeah, so I think some people get too excited. Like, let's just say that, you originally put it in and the peg was at 1.03 and Ethereum, for whatever reason, goes up to 4,500 and we don't move. We stay at 0.85. Even that is only a 1.2% impermanent loss. So it's not that damaging, even when you do the calculation. I did this all from, there's a guy called Whiteboard Crypto, who, that's how I first learned how to farm. He does some YouTube videos. But anyways, he's got a calculator on his website if you guys are interested. And you can plug in your own numbers of starting and ending. And just having exposure to ETH and just knowing now that, hey, if you hold EMP, you're holding ETH, which is number 2. And a lot of people in this space, professionals, are just saying, hey, ETH is going to flip Bitcoin's market cap at some point.
Totally.
So it is going to be the dominant crypto in the near future. And to be able to have a mechanism with like half a dozen ways to earn high APY that on the number 2, soon to be the number 1 crypto, is like mind blowing. So everything you put together, I think it, like Michael Saylor with Bitcoin says, it takes 1,000 hours to understand Bitcoin. And I think it takes a little time, not that long, with EMP, but going through it day by day, I learned something new going on to these AMAs. And I've watched the Academy probably 4 times now. And that's okay, because
Nice.
each time I get something out of it. But you go through it each time and you're like, you put your guards down. You're like, wait a minute. This product was well thought out. It matures all the time. You guys come up with new things. It's unbelievable. And the fact that we were at under 1,000 users, I think probably just a week ago, and now, we're up 10%.
Yep.
And some great videos came out today. This thing is just the tip of the iceberg. And like you said, I really do see this thing exploding. Along with the fact with ETH growing, the whole thing's unbelievable to be able to find this project, get in this early, and just enjoy the ride. I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, Joe, absolutely, brother. I'm hyped now, man. I love it. I appreciate you coming on. And yeah, bro, if you knew what I knew, what's coming this next week or the week after, we are going to see some insane exponential growth. So yeah, man, and everything you said, it's so on point. And one last thing I just want to say too. So again, we can be algorithmically pegged to ETH mathematically and through the LP with the liquidity. But even if all that was going perfect and we didn't have a lot of liquidity, it wouldn't really matter. But we're creeping up on $7 million in liquidity. That's over 1,000 Ethereum of real Ethereum that's backing up the price of EMP. So when we say, EMP is fractionalized ETH, we put our money where our mouth is, so to speak. So again, I hope everybody realizes that liquidity is king, And the fact that we have that much liquidity already, and it's growing every single day, whether the dollar value of ETH goes up or not, the liquidity itself is always growing, and that is what really makes this all come together. So, Rip, go ahead, bro. You have anything you want to say?
Hey, man. Hey.
How are you? Good, brother. Really good.
Yeah. Really, really good. Oh, I'm just so excited. Finally, we're over 270 ELP, you know, in the detonator, and I can just see us growing. So, you know, like I take screenshots sometimes, right?
For
so
sure.
I'll take a screenshot of the total value locked, maybe not that long ago, maybe about a week ago. And now we're over 12 million. It is just absolutely incredible with a contract like Detonator as well, which is it's like unlimited passive income if you use it the right way.
For sure, brother. Absolutely. And that's what we're here to do, man. We're here to get everybody on the same page to grow this together. So, all right, awesome, man. I'm going to answer a few questions in Telegram and on YouTube. So, Couch asks, where do we see the liquidity? So, the best way to see the total liquidity that includes not only the tradable liquidity, but also what's inside of Detonator is to go to DEX Tools. So DEX Tools will tell you the total liquidity. Again, I don't have it up right now, but with ETH pumping, it was about $7 million the last I looked. It might be a little bit less today, but yeah, that's where you can track the liquidity, and that is different than the total value locked. The TVL, that accounts the actual dollar value of both EMP and eShare and what they're currently trading at. So the TVL is usually a lot higher than the liquidity, but again, I mean, in real DeFi, liquidity is what matters, because, you know, big investors that we want to get involved, and ETH whales, you know, they want to make sure there's enough liquidity in the protocol that if they get in and out, it doesn't move the price. So as we grow, you know, the protocol incentivizes the liquidity growth, and that's what makes it, again, such a great platform to begin with. So we'll get there. I mean, the next 3 to 6 months are going to be a hell of a journey. Let me put it that way. So, all right, let's see if there's any other questions on YouTube.
Does anybody in DeFi really believe that Bitcoin is the king? Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's up for debate, I guess, right, Bull? I mean, it is the daddy, but that might not be lived very long, man. For sure.
Like I told you the other day, when the fees come down on ETH, the blinders come off, and you know, like, I think the price of ETH is going to explode. And I think I made this mention to you that, like, the flippening already happened. People just don't realize it because it's been a slow move for the past, you know, X number of years as DeFi was actually being built. And because nobody's building roads to Bitcoin, everybody builds roads or bridges to ETH. Now, that's not saying that there isn't roads to Bitcoin, but there's 100 roads to ETH and 2 to Bitcoin. So let's be serious.
For sure.
You know, what's the true king, you know? But, you know, people will see, you know, soon enough.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, I mean, I think maybe BTC is a good argument for a store of value, but, you know, things get their value from being able to actually use them. And again, I can't tell you the last time I actually used Bitcoin, but ETH and you know, even the fees are what suck on mainnet. And like you said, Bull, once that's addressed, then the blinders come off, and, you know, we can see some insane adoption. So and we have every intention of bridging over to Ethereum once it becomes proof of stake, where we don't have to worry about fees. And again, what that would entail is, you know, a new front end on the ETH main chain, or even a way to bridge directly over to where we are. So we can go both ways, and that is definitely on the roadmap, and as well as Pulse Chain. So again, I know a lot of you are Hexicans, and again, it's another EVM compatible chain that does not revolve around fees. So both of those are on the radar and something that we really feel can spread adoption. I mean, if we can be one of the first algorithmic projects on Pulse Chain with the amazing community that we already have, all that's going to do is funnel more money back into the treasury and back into EMP, and the mothership, so to speak. So yeah, we're really excited on all that. And Dante, thanks for posting that. So you can actually see the total liquidity on our website. So you don't have to go to Dex Tools. I forget again what all there is. We have a bunch of analytics on the homepage. It can get overwhelming, but it's all there for those of you that want to see it. We are working on a new UI as well, and that will be a lot more stat oriented as well. But right now our liquidity is 7.4 million, so 400,000 more than what I even remember. So there you go. Again, guys, we're growing every day, and the whole ecosystem, even being below peg, we're as healthy as it gets. So yeah, really exciting times. All right, any other questions, comments?
Hi.
LA, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm awesome, man. Good to hear from you.
I just wanted to actually add something to the talk we were having about the detonator.
Yeah, please, by all means, go ahead.
There was something that when I first joined and I was reading the white papers and watching the EMP Academy that really confused me, and I had to read the white papers like over and over again, and I was trying to figure it all out. That I just wanted to mention, like, now that obviously I'm like in for anyone who is new.
Yeah, you're an OG now, LA. You're an OG. Yeah.
I can't believe actually this doesn't get mentioned more often, and I like, obviously if I'm saying any of this wrong, correct me, AJ, but essentially, like, if you have the right compounding strategy and you are disciplined enough to continue compounding more often than you're claiming, then essentially, as long as there's money in the pool balance, you'll never hit your max payout.
Absolutely. That's 100% right, LA. Yeah, so, no doubt.
So go ahead. We'll continue being able to claim forever as long as this is around.
Yeah, no doubt.
It doesn't get said more often. Like, it feels like dirty to say it. Like, it shouldn't be true.
Right. Totally, no doubt. No, and that, again, that's the beauty of it. And you're absolutely 100% right. LA is spitting the fact. So yeah, no doubt. And that's true. I mean, that's why, again, there's no reason to be greedy, because if you're straight claiming every day, all you're doing is hurting yourself. And again, I know that sounds crazy, coming from a team member, or, trying to convince you not to sell. I mean, it's not about that. I mean, we want you to win. We want you to take profit, but we also want to protect you in making the right decision. So yeah, as long as you're compounding, again, say for example, a 5-2 strategy where compounding 5 days a week and claiming twice, or even a 6-1 strategy where you're compounding 6 days a week and claiming 1. Again, if you do it two times a week, you'll still never hit your max payout, but you won't earn as much because you won't be building your overall LP as fast. So again, it's just risk and reward. But yeah, if you claim once a week and compound the rest, that's a way to absolutely maximize your LP profits, as well as being able to claim for the long run. So yeah, awesome, LA. Any other facts you want to give us that we don't go over enough? I mean, you've been in it for the long run, so I assume you.
If I could add something to LA's comment, if we could look at the detonator, like let's say a guy named Jeff came to you in the late 80s and asked you to invest in a company he had an idea for, and you said, okay, well, what is it? He said, well, it's selling books to people online, and people are like, oh, that's crazy, that'll never work. But if you look at a company that is just at the beginning and you get in on the ground floor, if you look at that company later on grows and it keeps on growing and becomes a large company, you know, named after a river. If we look at that and say, wow, if you got in early and you had either stock options, LP, or you had dividends, the ability to claim, it doesn't seem so crazy or so dirty, as LA put it. Like, but the idea is, if a product is good, it should grow, and everybody should be telling, you know, their friends and family if they feel comfortable about their own investment. There's, you know, I like I said, I have 3 nephews that are in this, and they all execute their own strategies. But the reality is that the Detonator is a dividend on a growing company, and it's going to allow you to take out a paycheck as long as, you know, that this company is growing.
Absolutely. Yes. No expectations from the work of others, and that's the beauty, is that the team doesn't even own the liquidity. We never did an ICO. You know, all of you are owners of this company, and that's what is so brilliant, you know, and what blockchain can accomplish, you know. And that's, again, another reason why anybody just straight dumping EMP, you're essentially selling your share of the company. And that, again, is a great analogy. You know, again, if you want to take profits, go for it. But, you know, just know that, you know, that the rest of us that have EMP or are buying more EMP have a larger ownership now. And that, you know, when this becomes a $1 billion protocol, you're gonna not have a happy time. So yeah, those are all great points. All right, awesome. Anybody else? Any other comments, questions? Anybody want to add to that?
Yeah, I think even like people that claim out of the Detonator, you know, obviously, just like LA was saying, you can have an endless paycheck, which feels wrong, but it's an amazing mathematical genius. But say you're the type that's a little more conservative and you're trying to get your investment back of what you put in. I mean, if you do that, you can still follow the rule of not selling EMP. I mean, that's what the farm is. I mean,
Totally.
You basically are earning a high APY from the Detonator. You get those LPs. Even if you put them in the farm, then you're earning E-shares, and then your E-shares is earning a crazy APY when we're above peg. So you're really having 3 things that are calculating and earning you money all the time. It's like 3 money printers going at the same time. So, I mean, selling EMP for profit, it just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And the fact that there's so many mechanisms to make money, keeping EMP in the system and taking advantage of the different strategies. And like you said, everybody's different, and that's fine. But you've made the tools where everyone can kind of tailor it to how they, you know, what they're comfortable, how they want to do it. But there's so many ways to make money that selling EMP is just silly. I mean, it's just financial silliness, because you're literally are throwing money away with all the mechanisms that are just here to make you money. So yeah, unbelievable.
Thanks, Joe. No doubt, brother. And yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, when you really start thinking of EMP as a utility token, and what that means is that it's a token that's never meant to be sold, because it's a way to earn more E-share and more Ethereum, itself. I mean, that's when you truly can blow your own mind. Again, that happened for me in the very beginning when we were putting this project together. And once you finally understand that, and seigniorage as a whole, it really is, you know, like voodoo magic, crypto voodoo magic, because it's one of the only protocols that everybody can win if we all participate the right way. So, and even if the majority of us don't, we've already, put together many other ways to earn that don't even revolve around, PEG. But again, we built a community. We have the Select Six, which is our whale founding team, where we got in the beginning. We did the genesis, and now we've made a commitment to not only each other, but to the community as a whole, that we're not dumping on everybody's heads. I mean, literally 95% of all the other tomb forks and protocols that go through a genesis phase, I mean, their early investors just destroy the project, and we said we're not going to let that happen. I mean, this is not. We're going to do things different. So yeah, and again, it's proving itself. That's why again we're literally one of the only forks that's at or above peg at the moment. I mean, our biggest I don't even want to say competitor, but our biggest other project on Binance Smart Chain, this is an Algo project. I mean, they're at 0.4 peg right now, which again is just mind blowing to me. But all right, guys, well that's awesome. I think we're again welcoming all the new members. If any of you were here from the James Pelton video, welcome. We're happy to have you. And we have a lot more coming out this week. We also had an awesome video from Crypto Mike, again, one of our team members. His was short and sweet, got me really hyped. And yeah, so make sure you're giving them love. Go on their channels, make sure you like and subscribe, and leave a comment so the EMP army can turn out and show them that we're here and what an amazing community this is. And yeah, we have a lot coming up this week. This next week will be a very, very big week for all of us. And again, I wish I could tell you all, but just know that I'm not one to make false promises, and this week is going to be epic. So, all right, guys, one or two more? Any last minute questions, comments before I wrap it up? Alright, I think that's it. I'm looking at Discord. Nothing on Discord, nothing on Telegram, and no more on YouTube. So, alright, everybody. Well, again, thanks for joining us. Make sure you come and say hi in our Telegram or our Discord. We'll be happy to elaborate on everything we discussed today. And we do it all over again tomorrow, guys. So, again, we're all here for an amazing journey with EMP. And, alright, everybody. Good night, good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.